they say she like basically invented this popular twerk move over there.
What twerk move is that?
A lot of Caribbean people do it. It's basically like she'll like isolate it. I don't know.
Oh,
like
okay. But that's kind of like what Shakira used to do. So
no, but while twerking, Shakira does it with her
hips. Yeah.
Yeah, Anita will do it like
Okay,
like,
twerking.
You know
Okay,
what I'm talking about?
Kind of like body locking and shit, like.
Yeah, but
just with her booty.
Bronx made, Bronx made, Bronx made, Bronx made, Bronx made.
Hey, que lo que? Welcome to Bronx Girl at Heart presents Casa Confessions, where young bosses and creatives confess funny and harsh truths about their come up. I am your host, Alanis Lantigua. So excited to welcome you to episode 2 of a brand new revamped season. And today we have a guest right next to us. This is DJ Loko, a New York City-based DJ. Do you want to give people a little introduction about yourself?
What's going on, everybody? My name is DJ Loko from Spanish Harlem, 116 2nd Avenue. What's good?
Yeah, and if you want to plug your social media account.
For sure. You can follow me on Instagram at DJ Loko with a K, NYC. Also on that Twitter, DJ Loko NY, and pretty much everywhere else as well on TikTok.
Yeah, and let's clap it up for episode 2 of season 2. Woo-hoo! Thank you for joining us, DJ Loko.
For sure. Thank you for having
me. Yeah. So before we get into it, we need to plug our socials. We're currently on Facebook, Threads, Twitter, all the things. On Twitter, it's at Big Lonnie, at Big_Lonnie. But on Instagram and everything else, it's at Casa Confessions Podcast. And you can check out those social media platforms to stay updated on the podcast. So I don't know if you saw the first episode, but we'll get started with a sound off. Okay, so that's just when I'm going to go through like a few pop culture stuff and current events, topics that are going on right now, and we'll just share our opinions on it.
All right.
Rapper and BMF actress Cash Doll recently posted threesomes are for unfaithful men and low self-esteemed women on her Instagram story. What do you think she had to say? What do you think about what she had to say?
I think that, to each their own, right? Like, you can't really judge. You don't know what's going on. Everybody got their own type of sexual preference, so you never know.
Yeah. Are you into threesomes?
I'm not opposed to it, It's not necessarily my cup of tea, but I'm not opposed to it.
Why is it not your cup of tea?
I don't know. Just I could be a little traditional in that sense, I guess you could say.
Okay. Yeah. I think she's bugging. I think that was kind of a generalization to say threesomes are for unfaithful men and low self-esteemed women.
She sounded like she talking like from like bad experiences and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, because some guys probably cheat on her with the girls that they do threesomes with.
Hence a statement, right?
Yeah. Or low self-esteem women, because there is that stereotype of women who do the threesomes to stay with their men.
Yeah.
But I don't think that necessarily keeps them. However, there are women that like threesomes themselves.
I mean, I know people, good friends of mine that are into that thing, and it looks like fun. Would I try it? I would, but I mean, it's not something that I'm necessarily like out there looking for. I don't think people. It's just it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
I hear you. Okay. Sexy Red sex tape was leaked on social media, and she tweeted that she felt really bad about it. Did you see the sex tape?
I have not. No.
I confess that I saw it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
I don't think she released that herself. Nah. I don't think she leaked it herself. It didn't look like something you would release yourself.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to release their own sex tapes in general, right?
They said Kim Kardashian did.
I mean, but that's...
And hers was actually, like, really good, and it looked really cute.
But that's the whole Kim Kardashian, like, conglomerate. Like, they live off of... Yeah, think about it. I mean, they've been working, behind the scenes and trying to get out there and make a name for themselves for years, so I wouldn't be surprised.
So you think that was a part of their business plan?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay. What do you think about Sexy Red in general? Why do you think rappers like Sexy Red? I think the male rappers specifically really like her.
She reminds me of like Lil Kim when she came on the scene, like just talking that raw, sexy, like sex talk. Like guys like that shit, but it remains to be seen on what else she could do. You know what I mean? Like you're not just a one trick pony.
Have you played Sexy Red like in the
Yeah, of course. I mean, you can't go anywhere without hearing Ski
Ski.
Yee.
What are your? Do you have favorite Sexy Red songs?
I don't. I don't. I like the tracks, but I want to see more. Like I'm a hip hop enthusiast. So it's when it comes to like hip hop songs, like yeah, okay, this is hot now, but what are you gonna be like? What are you gonna be giving out, putting out to the public 5 years from now?
You're a hip hop enthusiast. So what makes a good hip hop artist to you?
It depends. I mean, I like a lot of like the old school stuff. I love lyricism. I love like my personal stuff. I like to listen to songs that have some soul. Like for me, it's twofold. It's the beat, it's the track, it's what the artist is writing about. What is he saying? What's the message he's trying to put out there? So
Yeah. Now with her sex tape, so you don't think it was a publicity stunt or anything? You believe that what she's saying that it was just leaked?
I mean, it's one of those things that you never know, right? She could be saying that, and it could be a publicity stunt, right? So you never know. Like I think that the way that she's handling it, she's trying to make it seem like, oh nah, I wasn't trying to put it out there. But if it helps, bring her profile even more, then it's a win-win for her, right? Like what's the saying? There's no publicity is bad publicity.
Do you agree with that?
I don't know. I don't know if I do, but
Yeah. And how do you feel that this might affect her career in terms of ticket sales or
I don't think
her
it'll
music? You don't think it'll have a bad effect?
Not at all. No, not at all. I mean, one of the songs, I forgot what song it was that she was talking about her booty hole.
Because it kind of goes with her
brand. It goes with her brand. It's on brand for her. So it's only gonna help her.
Yeah. My Gucci pink booty hole brand.
You see what I'm saying? Like you can't feel bad if I could see how as a person like damn I'm like I didn't want that out there for my family to see, but at the same time look at the shit you putting out in music.
We still support you, Sexy.
Absolutely.
I feel like it's a brand. And sometimes we do it with male rappers too.
Yeah.
We separate the raps from their personal life.
Right.
Because they talk about murdering and all this shit. But are we treating them like murderers?
Nah, exactly. I agree with you. And I mean, look at what's going on right now with Thugger. Like,
and it's not fair because they're being based off of and judged inaccurately based off of what they put in their music.
I mean, it's American 101, right? Freedom of speech.
Yeah. So moving on from that, but continuing on the theme of Sexy Red, there was a video of her at a sound check and she had a muumuu on or a miu-miu. I don't know if I said that right, but it's like a nightgown.
Okay.
And she had a bonnet on. Are you into the miu-miu trend that's happening, muumuu?
I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's muumuu.
I had to Google that real quick because I didn't know what the hell that was, but once I looked it up, I'm like, yo, she look like a vieja. Like,
yeah, the vieja, the bata.
The bata. That's exactly what I was thinking. So I was like, nah, that ain't it.
You're not into if you had, I don't know, are you in a relationship right now?
I'm not in a relationship, but me personally, I prefer, I mean, look, whatever girl that I'm with, whatever she want to wear when she go to bed, that's her business. But if we're talking about sexual preference and what I like, I prefer something sexy, like, but you know what I mean?
You wouldn't like it if your woman was walking around in a bata?
I wouldn't be mad at her. That's her choice. I'm not going to tell her what to wear or not to wear. I look crazy doing that.
But it would turn you off.
It depends. I don't know. I guess I can't say yes or no because I haven't had it happen to me yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen any girl that I've been with wear what they say, a muumuu.
Yeah, they call it a muumuu.
Yeah.
Well, I've always known it as a bata. If you're Hispanic or Latino, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Now we're going to play a game called Who's Freakier. We made it past the sound off. And this is Who's Freakier Celebrity Edition. I will throw out 2 options of different female artists. And you'll just pick who you think is freakier.
Yeah, this is going to get spicy. Okay.
Beyonce or Rihanna?
Rihanna.
Why?
I mean, I don't know. Like something about Rihanna and the way that she's always portrayed herself as kind of like the bad girl, you know what I mean? Like, but then again, the quiet reserved ones surprise you too.
Yeah.
Beyonce, I don't know. She comes off as quiet and reserved. Like, yeah, her public persona is out there, but I mean, as a person, she was always seemed very like reserved. So I don't know, but off of first glance, I would probably say Rihanna.
I've been going on a deep dive down Rihanna's catalog for the last 2 weeks. Like I work from home for my day job.
Okay.
So I've just been listening to Rihanna all day, nonstop on repeat.
Yeah.
And that catalog?
Yeah.
Rihanna?
Oh, yeah. Oh
All
yeah.
hits.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Like I can listen to
100%.
her all day and it never stops. From like old school Upon the Replay, Please Don't Stop the Music,
Yeah, I remember
up
when that came
until
out.
her latest
I'm
hits.
showing my age, but I remember when that came out.
Yeah,
And
I remember when Upon the Replay was a hit. Yeah,
yeah.
Please Don't Stop the Music, of course.
100%.
I say Beyonce.
Really? That's interesting.
Beyonce's a freak. I don't know if you guys.
She is.
I don't
She
know if you guys
is.
have listened to her lyrics, especially when she talks about Jay-Z.
Oh
Ooh.
nah, yeah, she addicted. Drunken Love.
Especially
Come on.
Surfboard. She started
Surfboard.
a whole sex trend.
Yeah, she did. 100%.
She said, I'm graining on that board. Like, come on now. Where I feel like Rihanna's more sexual.
Rihanna's a little raunchy, I guess you could say, right? And Beyonce is more direct.
Yes. No, what am I trying to say? I agree with that. I feel like, what's the word I'm trying to say? I think Rihanna uses sex and sexiness. She's more sex appeal. And
right.
Beyonce's more sexual.
That's actually a great point to make.
Yeah.
Now you're making me rethink my choice.
Yeah. Okay.
Plus, isn't Beyonce a Virgo?
Yes.
Virgos are freaks. I don't know.
And Rihanna's a Pisces. I'm a Pisces.
Pisces. Yeah.
But the only thing that makes me I think Rihanna is a freak, but like I don't think she's a crazy freak. The only thing that makes me think she's a freak is because she's with A$AP Rocky and he talks. I don't know. I've seen some interviews of the things that he's done in the past, but maybe he's over that.
I mean, shout out A$AP Mob, shout out Harlem in the building.
Yeah. Okay, Sukihana or Sexy Red?
Sukihana or Sexy Red? I'm not too familiar with Sukihana, so I'm gonna have to say Sexy Red.
Have you seen Sukihana?
I probably might have seen a couple pictures of her here and there.
Okay, so
yeah.
you're gonna say Sexy Red.
I'm gonna go with Sexy Red.
Yeah, you gotta Google her when we leave Sukihana.
I'm gonna have to look her. I've definitely heard of her. I just haven't, I haven't really like paid attention to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Freakier, I'm gonna say Suki.
Yeah.
There's like some OnlyFans videos and some videos.
That's what I've heard of that. Yeah.
Basically,
yeah.
she peed on herself and recorded it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But I wouldn't even count that as freaky. I just count that as weird. Like, I'm all right. That's what you like. That's what you like. I'm not mad at it.
That's true. I guess we both have different interpretations of freaky.
Hey, listen, what you do in your spare time, that's on you.
Hillary Clinton or Kamala Harris?
What? Come on, gotta go with Kamala. I can't look at Hillary and think about. Bill crazy. So who knows?
Why are we so opposite today?
I don't know.
I say Hillary Clinton.
You think so?
Because Bill is crazy. She got to keep up with all the Monica Lewinsky's. She got to put it down.
I like that you brought that up. So I'm gonna throw you a curveball. You think Hillary was giving Bill head in the
No, but I think she wasn't. But I think after Monica Lewinsky brought her little thick self all up in that Oval Office, Hillary had to step it up.
That's true. That's true. Or
it was more than Monica too.
Yeah, right. It was more than Monica. Or Hillary was just doing her own thing on the side too.
Which makes her freakier.
I mean, makes it freakier or makes it just smart, right? Like, I don't know.
And Kamala Harris, why do you say Kamala Harris?
I don't know, man. Something about Kamala's eyes that stares. Like, it's like one of my favorite movies, Scarface. It's all in the eyes, Chico. You know, something about that. I don't know.
Something about that silk press. You just know she's going to the Dominicans every week.
Yeah, and plus, I love my light skinned woman, so I'm gonna automatically defer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anita, like the Brazilian pop singer,
that's nice.
or Tokisha.
Tokisha, come on, that's not even a question.
Tokisha's a freak.
That's not even a question. I will admit that I checked out her OnlyFans. I was like, Lord, okay.
You subscribe?
I checked it out just to see.
What does she have on there?
She had a lot of crazy shit there, like just fucking on the balcony, fucking in the car, like giving head. I was just like doing threesomes. I was like, yo, she about it.
I heard in an interview that she's actually having sex on there, but I was shocked that she's still doing that at this stage of her
I'm
life.
pretty sure she's still doing that shit.
That's great for you, Tokisha.
Yo, I'm not mad at
But
it.
both of those girls, that was actually a hard topic, a hard option, because Anita is a freak. I've watched like a few of her documentaries. If you guys ever get a chance, she has like 2 documentaries on Netflix. And she's just such a free spirit.
That's that Brazilian culture. Yeah. That's what it is. I want to go to Rio de Janeiro because of that.
She'll go in a room and just make out with girls, guys, everybody. She's very, out and proud about her bisexuality. Same with Okisha.
Mm.
And she also, for Brazil, they say she like basically invented this popular twerk move over there.
What twerk move is that?
If you watch her performances, she'll do it on stage. It's people have seen it before. Like a lot of Caribbean people do it. It's basically like she'll like isolate it. I don't know.
Oh,
Like
okay. But that's kind of like what Shakira used to do. So
no, but while twerking, Shakira does it with her
hips. Yeah.
Yeah, Anita will do it like twerking.
Okay,
like,
twerking.
You know
Okay,
what
so
I'm
you're
talking
saying
about?
kind of like body locking and shit, like.
Yeah, but
just with her booty.
Yeah, and she kind of invented that for Brazil. So.
Okay, cool.
Okay, Carol G or Becky G?
Carol G or Becky? Carol G. Lord
Freakier?
Jesus. Carol G. I just went to a concert at my life with my sister.
How was it?
It was great. It was better than I expected, to be honest. Because I was just going to kind of just go with my sister. She didn't want to go by herself. And there's just a lot of women there, and just Carol G. She looked amazing. The way she was talking on the mic, like just her ad libs, and just the videos that she put out, the content. I don't know. I would probably have to go with Carol G on that.
Carol G.
Yeah.
What really caught your eye when she was performing?
I think that her stage presence. I was telling my sister, I think that she's on par with Bad Bunny.
Ooh.
For sure.
I was gonna say, did you go to Bad Bunny's recent tour?
I did.
Okay, and when you compare both the tours, you feel like they were similar?
Similar, very similar. She's like the female Bad Bunny in terms of her onstage presence, in terms of her performance, her catalog, everything. I think that she's definitely there.
Wow. And I believe, if I'm not incorrect, she won album of the year.
I think so.
At the Latin Billboards.
I think so, yeah.
So
I mean, it was a surprise. Her album is pretty good.
She's up there. And it was a really good album.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're on the same page between Carol G and Becky G. Definitely Carol G. I thought that was a harder choice because they both seem to be more on the innocent side.
They do.
But Carol G both of them have definitely done the whole good girl gone bad thing.
Carol G was with Anuel.
Carol G before Anuel was so innocent and sweet.
That's what I'm saying.
And Carol G before Anuel, she didn't even want to hop on the Sin Pijama song because they had a line about smoking weed. That's how Carol G was before.
There you go.
And this is something she said. Yeah. But now she talks about strip clubs in her songs.
She's talking about being la bichota, like, yo,
hookah,
it's cool. Like, I think that you for sure.
Turned her out.
Sometimes it takes one guy, right?
Okay. So we agree on that last one.
Yeah.
That's the end of that segment. Now, show and tell is our next segment.
Okay.
In this segment, sometimes if we have an artist or something here, we might ask them to rap or beatbox or dance or something. But since you're a DJ, I think it would be cool for you to share a resource with the audience of something that's helped you grow in your DJing career.
A resource? It's kind of tough because...
Like a class, a workshop, something that you did that helped you hone in your craft.
So when I started DJing again, because I took a break, I went back to the Scratch Academy. It's actually a DJ school downtown that was opened by Jam Master Jay, rest in peace, from Run DMC, and he opened up a school where basically you can learn how to DJ. They take you through the basics. They start you on turntables, and so you learn on vinyl, which is I think the way that any DJ that wants to DJ, that wants to learn, should start. And you can just work your way up. They have like a full course that takes you from the very beginning to like the more advanced stuff and teach you how to scratch. I think they even have music production and stuff like that. It's not cheap, but it's worth it 100% if this is something that you want to do.
The Scratch Academy? The
Scratch Academy, yeah. It's on I think it's on Astor Place.
Good to know. Mm-hmm. That was a great show and tell suggestion. It was quick off the top.
Yeah.
Now we're at the come up segment. Okay. What got you started with DJing?
It started for me at a young age. My cousins were DJs. So from like when I was like maybe 6-7 years old, like I remember my cousins packing up, like, moving all the furniture out the living room. They used to live in Wagner Projects in East Harlem. And so they would, I would be in the house with them when they would babysit me, and they would like literally take all the furniture out the living room, put it in the bedroom, and, prepare the house for a party. And I remember just as a kid, like kind of just running in and out, like, from the bedroom to like where the dance floor was at, and people just dancing everything from merengue to reggae to reggaeton, and they're just controlling everything from the bedroom as a DJ and stuff. So that was what kind of really opened up my eyes to that at first.
That's nice. So you were like the little family entertainer.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I was always like, oh my god, running around. I was always an energetic kid. So.
Now, my assumption is that DJs can't really dance or be the life of the party or sing, so then they resort to DJing. Is that true?
That's absolutely false. I've always been a good dancer. Not to brag. When I was a kid, I was always the little kid dancing with the viejas. So like trying
Nice.
like I guess like my parents and my cousins were always encouraged to go pull them out to dance. So I've always kind of like never had that fear, I guess you could say. And then as I was growing up, when in my teenage years, I used to be like in a bunch of different Sweet 16s. Like people were always like in the family were always looking to put me in the court of honors just because I was a good dancer. So I did like 4 of those. Yeah, it's too much.
That's really cool. I love how you mentioned dancing with the viejas growing up.
Yeah,
You're Ecuadorian, right?
Michael Dara. Yeah.
How was that something that helped you growing up, and how do you feel like that shows through in your DJing today?
I think it gives me a very unique perspective when it comes to music, just because Ecuadorians themselves, right, like what we would consider, I guess, our country music or like music from our country, like right, it would be like cumbia or like pasillos, which is like boleros type songs, right, ballads. But we also enjoy everything else, down the spectrum, bachata, merengue, salsa, all that stuff. Then when you kind of add in the whole, New York background, growing up in New York, then you got everything else, and it gives it a nice blend, I'd say.
That's nice. Do you guys listen to Selena Quintanilla?
Yeah, for sure.
That's the closest I think of when I think of cumbia.
Yeah, well,
She performed a lot of cumbia, right?
my aunt, one of my aunts, she was a big fan of Selena, so we used to like always listen to one of her albums, and we used to watch the movie all the time.
Selena is so iconic.
100%.
She's one of those artists that her brand and her legacy has really transcended generations.
For sure, for
I
sure.
compare it to like Aaliyah too.
Did you happen to catch the Netflix series that they had on her?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so
Everybody was like, they made her too skinny.
I think that was a good adaptation. I like the actress that played her, but I think that what was really cool was how they pointed out that Beyonce was influenced by her.
I love that part too.
Mm-hmm.
That was beautiful. But she just had such an influence on in the South too.
100%. 100%.
So Beyonce's from Houston.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Selena's just everything. She's iconic. But I think everybody who was judging the Netflix series probably fell in love with J-Lo's version of her. Because we fell in love with Selena through J-Lo.
Well, I think it's twofold. I think that everybody is always looking to critique something when they already have a version of it that they love, right? Not everybody likes change.
Yeah.
I am me as just like a music historian and a music fan. I appreciated them getting more in depth into her story. Because the movie was great, but I felt like the series did it more justice, showing her come up, showing her struggles, and showing like her catalog.
That's dope. What do you feel about Latin music today and how it's really getting a moment to shine right now? Does that make you proud?
Absolutely, 100%. I just wish that there were more Ecuadorian artists out there, right? Just because I'm selfish that way, but other than that, I love to see how the culture has been moving forward so much. Coming from the 2000s with the whole reggaeton movement and kind of the way it kind of went up and down, and now it's just kind of global and worldwide. It's pretty dope.
Yeah. Are there any Ecuadorian artists right now that you would want to plug, or do you feel like they're having trouble breaking down the door in that industry?
I think it's a combination of a couple of things. I think that we're trying to find, I guess you could say, like identity. Like everybody wants to find their own identity in this ever evolving music culture. There are a couple of artists that I know off the top of my head that I've worked with before in the past that are pretty dope. Chota Madre is one. He's a drummer, and he does also like rap, conscious rap, and sings. It's pretty dope. Another one is Shell X. She's from Queens. I'd worked with them very recently because I do a Ecuadorian Independence Day party in Uptown in the Heights. So I did it 2 years in a row, and they were both a part of it, and it was really dope.
That's awesome. You know what I love about Latin music right now? I love how Mexican music and Mexican genres are getting their shine, especially with Peso Pluma.
Peso Pluma, yeah.
With Peso Pluma, I think everyone's collabing with him, and he really is making that style lit again.
Yeah, for sure. I think that is pretty dope. I think that it started with, Bad Bunny kind of like helping them put them more out there. He did a song with, I forgot, I don't know if it was him or it was somebody else.
It was a band. It was a Mexican band, and it was, I think the song was called Por Ciento.
Yeah.
And that Bad Bunny song was
there was a corrido. It was pretty dope. It was pretty dope, and I think that kind of like brought attention to it. And I think that the more that other bigger name artists collab with lesser known artists or lesser known genres, because I feel like everybody kind of fucks with everybody. It's just a matter of just kind of bigging each other up,
putting it out there. I think Bad Bunny has done that for a lot of people.
100%. 100%.
He did it with I wish I remembered the name of that band that Bad Bunny did Por Ciento with. It was called Banda something.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting, but I'll actually search it up just to give them their shout out. But aside from that, Bad Bunny did that with Dembow.
Yes, he did.
With Titi Me Preguntó, he put. I mean, Dembow's always been lit, especially if you're in New York and you go to Dykeman and stuff. But he put it on a level where top celebrities and Billboard is messing with Dembow.
Well, it goes back even before that, right? He did it with a lot of way back before 2018. I forgot the name of the track. That's off the top of my head, but La Calle Bota Fuego, that song.
Oh yeah.
He did it when in none of those tracks, and he came in spitting fire, like, on top of the fact that, Bad Bunny, if you think about it, the way that he started, in the music industry, he started like with rap urbano, like, and so like a lot of New York culture was really accepting of that because we didn't have that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then that leads me to, I got the name. It was Grupo Frontera with Bad Bunny, Un Por Ciento, and that song was fire.
Yeah.
So that was the song that Bad Bunny did that really, I feel like, helped put Mexican music on the map in terms of the American Latin audience.
Yeah.
And then
on a broader wide,
and it helps. And then Peso Pluma came in right at the perfect time, and now he's collabing with the biggest artists, like.
And it's awesome to see. It's a great thing to see.
And even Shakira has like a Mexican sounding song now that she's dropping with another artist.
And that makes sense because Shakira is always she's Colombian, so she's always had that like background. Like she's done, I'm not sure if she's done cumbias before in the past, but a lot of her musical like stuff back in the day has a lot of like that South American, type of musical taste, I guess you could say.
Shakira's catalog, that's another one. Maybe next week I need to be working from home to Shakira's catalog.
Yeah, I recommend it.
And she does every genre. Shakira's just a queen. And I love that she's getting her flowers now in terms of people looking at her career overall. She's really cool. And now, last note about Bad Bunny. Did you get to hear the new Drake album? Bad Bunny has a song on there.
I didn't listen to it yet. I heard snippets of it. It sounds good. The producer who produced it, his name is Gordo, and he's done a lot of great tracks. So I'm sure it's gonna be amazing.
I was listening to it today, and I was so excited because it's kind of a dembow vibe.
Yeah, it's a dembow vibe.
And I'm like, not Drake getting on dembow, and Drake is speaking a little bit of Spanish on there too. So
I mean, it's funny because
he brought back Spanish Drake.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say like all those memes about Dominican Drake, right?
Yeah, I love Dominican Drake. The song is called Gently.
Gently, yeah.
With Bad Bunny, I'm like, not Drake on dembow, like yes. Okay, now moving on from Drake and Latin artists, I do want to know what makes you feel proud to be Latino. What's the best thing about being Latino?
The best thing about being Latino, I would say, is just the ability to kind of just be, like I guess fluid in a sense, like diverse, right? Like there's no like I'm not just one shade of color. Like I'm there's many different things, parts of me that make me who I am, right? Like I think the Latinos, especially growing up in New York, it becomes very much a melting pot of culture. And I think that you learn to appreciate culture.
Do you think Latinos get a bad rep for how we are able to embrace other cultures and how diverse we really
Um, I think that it depends, right?
are?
Like, I think that if you grow up around specific cultures, you just kind of become a part of the culture, and like without you unconsciously, like without you even thinking about it. And so when you do that, you kind of show a certain respect to the culture, and I think that other people can see that,
Yeah.
right? If you respect the culture, like me personally, I grew up in Spanish Harlem. I grew up around Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Black people, West Indian people. So for me, like I've always been around that type of culture. So like some of my closest friends were Jamaican, Mexican, Puerto Rican. So it's like all that stuff make up a part of who I am.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Next question is, tell me you're Latino without telling me you're Latino.
Tell me you're Latino. So what do you want? What do you want me to say? You want me to
Like, what's something about you that without even having to say you're Latino, everyone's like, yep.
I love having my coffee with milk and bread butter toasted in the morning.
Coffee with milk and bread
Café
butter
con leche.
toasted in the morning. Period. Okay. Mine, ooh, I gotta think of mine. Tell me you're Latino without telling me. I've been drinking coffee with a lot of milk since I was like 8 years old, maybe.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Even though I'm not a coffee person to this day, but that's not uncommon for a grandma to offer their grandchild coffee.
Yeah, like some of my earliest memories as a kid was just having coffee, café con leche in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It is what it is. Okay, so that was us showing love to Latin culture since it's Hispanic Heritage Month, and I really wanted to highlight that for this moment. But now we'll go back to your DJing. What are some things that the nightlife has taught you, especially when it comes to like bouncers and bottle girls? And I want to get into the messy shit that happens in the nightlife.
Not the messy shit.
Yeah. What's something that you discovered once you got in it that you didn't think of or consider before?
So when it comes to like nightlife and the people that you interact, first of all, I learned a long time ago, you got to get cool with the bouncers off of it. Because bouncers, sometimes they go rogue and they do whatever the hell they want.
Okay.
Sometimes they power trip and sometimes they're your best friend.
The power trip is serious.
Yeah, I mean, we even deal with it. You know what I mean? Like,
DJs deal with it too?
yeah, 100%. It's just everybody's a personality, right? Like they may not act stupid with you, but they'll act stupid with your friends.
Wow.
Right? It's just like, then you got to kind of step in and say, yo, like, I'm working here too. Like, what are you doing?
What was like the craziest thing that you've experienced with a bouncer?
While I was working or when I wasn't working?
While you were working and like with your friends and stuff. Has your friend had an issue getting through the door? Or...
I've been fairly lucky.
Okay.
I've been fairly lucky when it comes to that because I learned how to I had to be kind of like personable with people, like just kind of like, just show love and respect. Like that's just the way that I kind of move. So, if I could find a way to avoid it, then I'll do that, right? If I have friends coming up, I'm usually telling the bouncer ahead of time, like, yo. So just to avoid any sort of issue, like, yo, I got people coming through. I'll even, like, for example, at the Delancey, right? I DJ at the Delancey from time to time. I do the reggaeton room in the basement, and it gets really packed. And they start, like, the line goes down the freaking block. They start charging $40, $50 to the door. So I tell my people, like, yo, if you're gonna come early and show them this text. And I always send them a text and be like, yo, just tell them you're with Loko. And so then I tell the bouncers, yo, I got my people coming through. If anything, they'll show you a phone. They show you the conversation that we had, so you can see that with me. Yeah. So it's just contingencies, right? You got to prepare for situations.
Now back to the messy shit. Have you, like, especially when it comes to like bottle girls and those different personalities that you mentioned in the club, what's something that working in the nightlife has taught you about all those different personalities?
You gotta have patience, because some people are just assholes. Like, I remember one time I was DJing at a bar. I'm not gonna say where, but it was in the Lower East Side, and it was the first time that I was there. I was sent there because I work for a DJ agency, so they sometimes place me in different spots sometimes during the month. So I was going. It was a sports bar off of Houston Street, and the sound quality was bad. And freaking the bouncer. I mean, not the bouncer. The bartender, whatever. The dude was just ignoring me, and I'm like all the way stuck in the corner. I'm like, we introduced ourselves and everything, and he was just giving me attitude all night. I said, "Yeah, bro, I'm just trying to tell you, like, can you send me a drink or something? Like, I'm kind of running dry. I can't just leave in the middle of my set to go to the bar. Like, that's one of those things. It's like, it is what it is."
Yeah, and they're not considerate.
Not at all, because it's like sometimes they don't have respect for the DJ, and it's like, yo, like, you don't make money without me playing music.
Not having respect for the DJ, is that a common thing?
Yeah.
That's so weird. Why won't they have respect for the DJ?
I don't want to say that all bartenders are like that, but there are people like that, right? People who just don't show any sort of appreciation, right? Like,
Yeah.
we're there working with you, you know what I mean? So
Right.
it's like, well, like the same thing that you're dealing with all these drunk people, so are we. Like, people were coming to us with requests all night,
That's weird.
you know?
I'm sorry.
Nah, don't worry about it. It's fine. It is what it is. Like, it's one of those things where you just kind of just, roll with it. It's all good. Because like I said, not everybody's like that, but you will have that one individual that just doesn't want to, like, whatever. Like, all right.
Yeah. Well, I want to make sure everyone's hearing you right. Is his mic good, Ella?
Mm-hmm.
It's good? Okay. Just want to make sure you guys are hearing him correctly. All right. So that sucks. Treat DJs better. That's fucked up. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
And, okay. So more on DJing. What's like annoying pet peeves that you have when it comes to DJing? Do you like when people make song suggestions?
No, I don't.
Do DJs not like that?
It's like the most hated thing in our industry, to be honest with you.
But so many people do that.
The most disrespectful thing you can do
is make a song suggestion.
is to put your phone in their face.
Oh.
That is the most disrespectful thing.
I've seen that. I'd be like, play Sexy Red.
Oh no! I said in the beginning when I was in.
But you guys are so calm about it.
Some of us, yeah, I have had my moments where I was like, I just lost my shit. I'm just like, yo, get the phone out of my face, yo. Like,
Because I don't think people know that's so irritating. Because if they knew that, they wouldn't keep doing it.
they could put it like this, right? It's like if somebody comes to your office job and it's just like, it's the same thing.
Wait, what?
Well, how do you react, right? How do you react without no warning?
What is the phone? What is the phone?
Because that's literally that's what they're literally doing, right? It's like,
Yeah.
so you're like, what the hell? Like, like, at least try to, like, with me, like, here's my thing. All right, you go to a club, you go to a bar, you want to hear a certain song. That's normal, right?
Yeah.
But there's a way to go about it. Like, we're all humans.
So teach us, what's the way that you can recommend a song from a DJ if he's not playing the song that you like?
Be polite. Try to get their attention. Hey, whenever you can, if you can you play this song?
Yeah.
So
Don't shove
buy
your
me a
phone in their
drink,
face.
buy me a drink even, or buy me a shot, something like just,
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
be
sweet.
be nice.
Yeah.
Because we're there more often than not 4 to 5 hours a night. Like, more than likely the song that you're gonna ask for, we're gonna play it.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna be at the moment that you want. Like, I've had people come up to me and ask me to play Sexy Red and I'm playing freaking Karol G. Like, how does that make sense?
Yeah, like how is that transition gonna
So
happen?
I had a good DJ homie who I actually, I speaking to this about, and he gave me a good piece of advice. He was like, yo, what I tell them is just like, if I have it and if it makes sense.
Okay.
And that usually disarms them, because then now it puts it back on them to think about what the hell they're asking for.
That makes sense. I love how you said it disarms them. Yeah.
Think about it, because it's like, if you're just coming up with just wanting to ask for something without actually trying to and say, hey, like, just be nice. That's all it is. Be nice.
Do you go home with a lot of girls from the club?
Nah, I don't. I usually am just, when I'm working.
Okay. DJing doesn't help you get girls?
It could 100%. But I don't know. For me, it's kind of been hit or miss, I guess. I don't know.
But I wonder, do women throw themselves at the DJ? Is that a thing?
I've seen it happen.
Wow.
I've definitely seen it
Why
happen.
is that?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I couldn't tell you. Some DJs have bigger personalities than others.
Okay.
Right? So maybe it could be a charisma thing or something, or maybe they're attracted to them. Like, DJs, in a way hold the power in the room, right? So
Got it.
power attracts.
Yeah.
So it could be one of those things, but
Like I went out recently, or it wasn't that recently, it was a few months ago, and girls go crazy to get in like that DJ booth section in
yeah.
some spaces. What is that about? Why do you want to be so close to the DJ?
Because sometimes they want to see what we're doing, and sometimes they want to have a whole conversation about what we're doing and how we're doing it, and wants us to show them because that happens to me a lot.
No, but these girls, okay, this space, it was kind of like the DJ booth was like on a stage.
Yeah,
So they wanted to be there like dancing.
they just want to be seen.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just really what it is. Like we're in a day and age where social media kind of runs our lives, so
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So
And how do you deal with all that temptation? Like girls just coming up to you and you're saying you don't take them home?
I'm not saying I'm a saint now, but you know, I'm not. I'm
It's
not
kind
gonna.
of like you're over it.
I don't kiss and tell. Is basically what I
Okay,
say.
all
But,
right. Oh,
but
I was exposing him, right?
yeah, but no, but I'm also at the same time like I'm when I'm working, right? So it's like, you know, chances are sometimes the girl that I'm actually interested in, they'll probably pass by once and then I won't see them again for the rest of the night. So I'm not gonna just like take any girl that comes and throws themselves at me. Like,
Got it.
tampoco soy
Oh,
así.
right, tampoco. You said, say that again?
Tampoco soy así. Like
Tampoco
I'm
soy
not.
así.
Yeah.
Because you got standards. I
You
love
know,
that.
you got to keep standards, you know, or else what are we doing?
A lot of men don't have standards nowadays.
I mean, you know, you get a few drinks in your system, it happens, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, no, you gotta keep some sort of standard.
Nice. All right. Well, that was really good. DJ secret. I feel like I still don't feel like I got secrets out of you. Like I need to know what really happened.
What do you what do you want to know? What else are you curious about?
Like, do you guys ever? What am I curious
I have a
about?
question.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So, like, say you have a playlist already playing, right?
Mhm.
And I don't know if you ever had experience with like a famous artist that's like appearing at the club. Like, do you automatically play their music, or do you?
Y'all be playing their songs. Like if you saw T-Pain walking in the club, because I was actually in the strip club in Atlanta where T-Pain came in, and I don't think they realized he was there at first. So like the first 40 minutes they weren't playing anything, and then after that it was like T-Pain.
I haven't had that experience yet, but if it was me, I'd probably play some of their songs, but I wouldn't play the songs back to back.
Yeah.
I would like make it make sense, right? For me, the way that I format my night, like I'm about creating a vibe and creating a feeling. I'm about creating memories. That's the way I put on. Like I'm in the business of creating memories, so I'm not gonna just hit banger after banger after banger for T-Pain. Like I'm gonna hit you with some T-Pain. I'll probably go into the Dream. I'll probably go into the Usher, then back to T-Pain. So it's like, you know, it's about hitting that combination of feelings.
Now, what about up and coming artists? Have you had up and coming artists like throw their mixtape in your face?
I've
play my song.
I've had up and coming artists come up to me and talk about, yo, can you play my song? Like I'll send you my song. Like no, you could send it to me and I'll check it out, but I'm not gonna throw it on. Not unless they're performing. If they're performing, they were scheduled to perform, then that's different.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you check it out and you do like it, would
I'll
you
play it.
incorporate it
Yeah.
into your set?
100%. My latest.
It's like right there. Like, what if the song is trash?
But the thing too is
They're
that
like, here it is, bro. Just press play. It's
right,
here.
right. It's so for me, it's like if I'm doing that in the middle of DJing, you know, it's a pain in the ass because I gotta turn on the Wi-Fi, I gotta download the file.
It's like
All while
impossible.
there's music playing, and I gotta set another song to get played to ready, and then get the other song ready. It's a lot going on. So for me, it's just like, nah, I'm not gonna do it now. But like, you know, send it to me, I'll check it out, and if it's dope, I'll play it. You know, at another set.
Okay. You see that that was something I needed to know because I know there's a lot of people who are. Does that happen to you often? Or a good amount of time.
It's happened to me a good amount of times for sure. I was gonna mention that I had like just years ago. I met an artist on the scene. She had a viral hit, and I forget what the hell the name of the song was, but it was like a baile funk type of song.
Oh.
And it was produced by a DJ that's on Power 105, and you know she was doing pretty good. And I actually checked out her catalog and some of her earlier songs. I fucked with it, and very recently I just put it in a mix of mine that I debuted on Half Moon Radio in Brooklyn, and it was it's pretty dope because it's part of a vibe.
Okay, so you give artists a chance if you
Yeah.
actually mess with the songs.
I'm a music lover first at heart. So for me, if I like the song and if it works with what I do and the type of music that I like to play, then yeah, I'm gonna play it.
Have you actually met any celebs within the DJ space and the nightlife world?
I wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe like DJs, maybe like popular DJs. Yeah,
Oh,
like,
popular DJs.
but not like artists. No, I haven't never been that lucky yet.
How is it with other DJs? Is there DJ beef? Who are you beefing? Point out the ops right now.
No,
Like-
we're not doing that. There's no ops.
Okay.
I'll put
No
it like
DJ ops?
no DJ ops.
For
Nah.
you or in general?
I'd like to say in general, everybody has their own perspective and point of view.
Okay.
I like to move with like I used to say back in the day, peace, love, and bachata. Like that's just the way that I move. So for me, it's just like the energy that you give me, I'm gonna give you right back to you. And if we're not vibing, then it's cool. I go my way, you go way. You go your way. It's all good. There's nothing wrong with it. Because at the end of the day, I'm blessed to do something that not a lot of people could do.
So I know you have a really beautiful perspective and all. I love that. So what's something another DJ could do that could really get under your skin? Like now you my op.
Accept the question right now.
right. I don't know. I think that for me, a big pet peeve of mine is just unprofessional. Like people being unprofessional. I take professionalism very seriously. What that means in the DJ world is just, being on time, being respectful of people's time. You don't know what I got going on. Like it's one of those things. I don't know, something that they could really get under my skin is just blatant disrespect. People have egos, and sometimes it comes out, and either the way that they move or the way that they're talking to you. Like, relax.
Yeah. I feel that. Now, we're gonna move on to a segment called Harsh Truth. Now, doesn't really have to be harsh, but this is where we have guests share a lesson that they've learned in recent years or through this conversation that would be helpful to someone else.
Give people grace. I think that you shouldn't judge people off a rip, off of your first couple of interactions, because you don't know what's going on in their lives or what they're dealing with or what could be happening in that moment, right? Somebody gave me that piece of advice very recently, a very close friend of mine, and I think that it's definitely very applicable in anything that you do.
I agree with that. Give people grace. I think that's a lesson that I follow as well too. Even sometimes when I'm sending emails at work, and I will always start the email with like, "Hey, hope your day's going well," or just simple things like that. But acknowledging people's humanity before you go in with an ask or a task. Or sometimes people ask things like it's a demand, like I need this by end of day. It's like, hi, how are you doing? Do you have the bandwidth? Do you have the time to help me with this?
Yeah, I think that's something that, especially like not to cut you off, especially in the DJ world, like everybody is trying to come up, right? Like me, myself, I've been guilty of coming off across like, like if I'm looking for people to use people for certain things, and that's not what it is. Sometimes in the moment, you're not really looking at it. So I think that it's very important for you to always just kind of analyze the way that you're talking to people, the way that you interact, and not to forget that we're all humans, and, just build that human relationship first before it even gets to that. Let it be organic.
I agree. Also, getting completely off topic, but I noticed your hands are really well kept.
I did put on some lotion before I walked in. I didn't want to walk in here with ashy ass knuckles, but nah, I try. Thank you, I guess.
Do you get manicures?
No, I don't.
You don't get manicures?
No, I don't.
How do you maintain your hands?
I just do it myself. I cut my own nails.
Oh, you cut your nails. Do you buff them?
No, I don't.
Wow. No, if you look at this man's hands, I would do a zoom in. It looks like you are getting a manicure every week or every other week. I could have swore you went to some shop and got them buffed and done and plucked.
I appreciate the compliment, but these are my money makers, right? So I do gotta take care of them.
Wow, I didn't even think about that. Do DJs take care of their hands really well?
I don't know about the hands, but the feet is one thing that I've been learning to take care of more. Like just
because you're standing all day.
Telling you, I just started getting pedicures recently, so it's like the foot massages. I'm like, Lord, why have I not been doing this sooner?
Because you're you're standing all day. Now your hands, because I know like guitar players get really calloused hands.
Yeah.
Do you guys get calluses?
I mean, if you look at the inside of my hands, inside of my hands are a little calloused.
No, your hands look baby soft. That's why I was looking at your hand.
Hey, I guess I'm blessed to have good skin, right?
I guess. Okay. That's good to know. No, I didn't think about DJ's feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a lady and you're trying to get a DJ, offer him a foot massage. Is that what you're saying?
Foot massage, spot treatment, something, because it's a lot. Like, if you think about it, like, we're outside. Like, one thing that I learned a long time ago that one of my mentors told me is like, you're not gonna be outside 2-3 nights in a row till 4 a.m. if you don't love this.
That's true.
Like,
That's true. And dealing with all the personalities and the chaos if you don't love it.
Absolutely. Because it's not just about the nights that we're DJing. It's also the nights where we're out supporting our friends and
DJs.
Events, and half of the work is DJing, the other half is networking.
Wow. What are some networking tips that you have then? Because even myself, I'm trying to get into networking there.
Honestly, just try to be as genuine as possible, and much like what we were discussing before, don't go in with trying to ask for something. Just go and try to build some sort of relationship. And let it be organic.
Let it be organic. That's a good tip. Now, one last club question. I hate sometimes the DJ is too lit, so you got to stay in the club till like 4 a.m. The light comes on and everything, but it's just too lit. And then you go outside and there's always some chaos. Like the front of the club chaos when you're waiting for the Uber at the club. Do you deal with that, or you just wait for everybody to leave, or what do you do?
Usually wait for everybody to leave.
You wait for everybody to leave the front, which will take like probably 45 minutes to an hour.
No, I mean, it depends on what clubs you're going to.
No, because I have been, first of all, it takes mad long for the Ubers to come to the front of the club because everybody's trying to leave at the same time. Yeah, I probably dragged it with 45 minutes, but it takes a while. So you wait for everybody to leave.
Or if you think about it too, like I have to wait till, they actually like bring up the lights and they kick everybody out. And then I got to put my laptop away, put all the cables. That takes time. So by the time I'm done doing that, like let's say maybe 20 minutes after they finally kicked everybody out, like that's probably the time I leave.
Because there's always some shit.
Yeah. Especially
the last time I was in Dykeman.
Yeah, I mean, Dykeman is that's his own world. I haven't partied in Dykeman like that in years.
Oh, Dykeman is a vibe sometimes.
Yeah, Dykeman is a vibe. I have a lot of DJ homies in Dykeman that I just don't get a chance to really check them out like that because I'm always working. But I'm usually like more like a locksmith on 190th, or I'm downtown or in LES or in Brooklyn.
Nice. Yeah, no, when you get in front of the club, there's going to be some fight, some chaos, some couple fight.
That's the worst.
It's always a couple fight.
So that's the worst. It's like super awkward. It's like, all right.
And everybody's watching. And then the girls are like, do we got to jump in? Oh.
Yeah, it's like people try to act like they're not listening, but they are. Like,
everybody's listening.
Yeah.
Okay, I do want to give you another chance to remind the people about your socials or any project, anything that you want to plug. This is your time to do it.
For sure. So you can follow me on Instagram, DJ Loko with a K, NYC. Also on TikTok with the same DJ Loko NYC. I'm on Twitter also, DJ Loko NY. You can look me up on SoundCloud, Mixcloud, DJ Loko NYC, same thing. I'm doing a monthly residency show for Half Moon Radio in Brooklyn. That's going to be every third Sunday of the month at 3:00. Next episode is going to be this coming Sunday, which is I think the 17th. That's going to be the next one. I'm also doing another Loko and Friends party on the 14th at Locksmith. I got my boy Play the Music as my special guest starting at 10:00. So yeah, pull up.
Unfortunately, this episode is going to drop on the 15th.
Well, there you go. All good.
The episode's going to drop on the 15th, but still pull up to all the places that you go to. You're always at the Locksmith. You're always at these places.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Check them out. And I do want to remind people again, Casa Confessions podcast on all social media platforms and at @big_Lonnie on Twitter to stay updated. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and we drop semi-monthly, twice a month. And remember to subscribe.